It's a smaller building.
It does work, it just makes a lot of noise, so we usually have it shut off, especially for investigations, because it contaminates every piece of evidence. Yeah, it's, yeah, I guess so, I don't know, block and tackle system, something, I don't know. There's a lot of things in this place that we wonder how they got here. That piano is one.
Up the stairs.
How on earth they got that up? It is so
They
god
pulled
heavy.
it here.
Yeah, honestly, it would have been easier. Yes, it would have been much easier to build that here.
Oh, damn. Yeah. That's what I was asking,
Yeah,
like how many.
Yeah, that's what it is. Unbelievable. Yeah, I said, I'm not.
It's over there.
That's just the clock mechanism?
That's nuts,
Is that seriously just the clock?
No, unfortunately, they.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what it operates. It's
Right.
crazy.
There are, especially.
I can't believe how like open it is with the arm like that. Yeah, that's wild.
Makes you wonder how they do it with a little mini clock.
A barber shop was actually a barber shop. It was here in Green County. They bought the building and all of its contents here. The building was left to sit out and decay. Fortunately, the things out of it were kept in a separate building that did not leak. So those were salvageable. So whenever the building was beyond repair, the decision was made to destroy it, and then this was set up. But that is actually the way that it was set up when it was in its original building, and that's the original shingle from the building. So all of the shaving cups in there are quite unique. If you were an affluent member of the community, you'd have your own shaving cup. So when you went to get your shave, you got your cup and they'd lather you up and shave you. So very fortunate to have all of those too. It's a neat collection. What is the ring jacket? See?
No, it's not me.
Oh, yeah, I know you mean. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are on the second floor as well.
Look down that hallway.
I'm gonna stare down these monsters. The dress in the corner.
Really trying to set them up with failure.
If I die, it'll be right there. I'll have a heart attack when I see it.
No, you're good.
All right, when you step through this building, you enter the Westwood Division. In 1886, the county decided that they needed to do something about the overcrowding and the horrible conditions. Newspaper articles written, even the inmates were writing letters.
So that's the start of the.
This is here. Yep. So this is detached from the building on purpose. This little hallway is actually a fire break. So the floor and the ceiling are solid pieces of stone to keep fire from traveling from one section to the other if it were to break out. Now, they thought of that, but they did not think of a fire escape. So that end of the building did not have a fire escape until about 20 years later. Yes. Yeah, so they they
Like, whoops.
yeah, they had an idea, but they didn't do so good at it,
Most of the
so.
way there.
You're almost there. You're
Yeah.
almost there.
Getting close.
So once this addition was complete in 1887, they moved everybody over to the west wing, and that's when they did the big renovation of the original addition.
Yeah, exactly.
So this hallway would have been plastered like the other ones. There were several years with water damage, and the plaster had just gotten to the point where it was easier to tear it off, I guess. So this was done before Matt took over in 2019, but it's actually a neat aesthetic, so we would like to seal it so it doesn't shed brick dust and make a mess all the time though.
No,
So-
it's a good look.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely got its own vibe. These rooms up here are set up to kind of represent poor farm life. The bedrooms on that side are from different eras, although again, much nicer than what they would have had here. There's, you know, the one room has 2 beds. There probably would have been 5 beds in there, just as many as they could cram in as
Yeah.
many people. Yeah. And then we have like steward's office and a poor farm dining or.
So is that kind of how it would have been separated? Is like these living areas over here and then the bedrooms over here?
No,
or
these would have all
this
been
is just, okay.
bedrooms for the
Okay.
inmates, yep. Yeah, just as a museum,
Just to set.
we're just representing what the poor farm would have had. And then this last room on the right, and the room below it on the first floor,
Oh, great.
were both designated as cells on the blueprints. So if you look in the doorway there, you can see where
Oh,
the
yeah.
flooring is all chewed up because there was actually a steel door to cage people in. There were bars on the windows, also designated on the blueprints. And that would have been on this floor and the first floor as well for the men and the women. And I guess they expected a lot of people to need it because that's the biggest room up here.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was this room used for?
It was actually a cell.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, the floor is chewed up because that's where the cell door used to be.
Oh,
And there's
okay.
still holes in the window frames from where the steel bars would have been in, yep. And I won't overload you with paranormal experiences, but this part of the building is the part that you never ever feel like you're by yourself.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Just constantly somebody's with you, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's, and, I mean, quite honestly, I've never felt anything malicious or mean, but there's just
Like being
always
watched.
somebody here, yeah, and a lot of times we feel it on our left, for some reason, yeah, quite
Yep.
specifically on the left, so, yeah, one of our volunteers, Barb, she found an old butter churn and cleaned it up, fixed it up, and so we had someone here, very good psychic actually, and she was asking about the butter churn without any knowledge of what Barb had done. Barb had never even met her. So apparently there is an entity named Margaret that was attached to it. So yeah, the butter churn had been in that room that's locked up there behind you because that's still storage. So we refer to that as Margaret's room because
Huh.
yeah,
Nice.
figure she lives in there. But
Is
yeah,
the butter churn in there?
supposedly the butter churn's actually downstairs now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, supposedly Margaret's still in this area. So
Okay.
Confused as hell because she can't find her better.
I know,
I was
right?
gonna say.
No, actually, I guess she was quite pleased that Barb had taken
Taken
a
it
liking
up.
to it, yeah, and
Huh.
fixed it up.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, trust me, I've seen it. It caught me off guard.
Counting.
That's wild because when Brandon and I walked earlier, I totally missed this section. Missed this whole hallway.
It's easy to do.
Yeah, well, it's like almost maze-like in a way.
Yeah, well, they just kept adding on, so.
Right,
There were
yeah.
actually plans to put a wing on identical to this out of the other side of the building, but it never happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, this is sprawling enough.
Yeah, that's a lot of property. And I mean, just the building, just the one building is so
it's a
big.
good bit.
Could you imagine how much a home this size would cost nowadays?
Well,
Good
yeah.
lord.
Even the original part.
I believe it, yeah. I love these like marble steps or whatever, granite
Yeah, they're
steps.
marble.
Marble?
Yep.
Wow. Actual marble.
Yes. They're slick as shit whenever the building.
Oh, I was
the
gonna
building
say.
sweats whenever we transition between seasons.
I believe that,
and
yeah.
Those things get so wet.
Get a nice look at some of the artifacts.
This is actually, in this case here, the original ledger from the report form.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So it's the actual,
Yes.
wow.
Yep, and we found it on the floor in a storage room in a box that was
Uh-huh.
wet.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. We knew it was here somewhere, and searched for the longest time. And just by chance, the director and a friend of his were, I don't even know if they were looking for something else or cleaning that room out, and yeah, found it in a wet box on the floor.
Huh.
Fortunately, it had not seeped into the book and caused any damage to it.
Sometimes you get lucky, right?
Yeah, and I was
Jeez.
very lucky. Where'd she go? You guys want to see the first floor of the West Wing in the dungeon?
Yeah. Maybe we're the only one?
A little bit.